Disclaimer, I know some of you have probably clicked on this video feeling angry and maybe wanting to punch me in the face. But before you do that, just watch the video first. I'm not trying to make anyone angry. I'm just trying to explain something I have observed in a rational way. Please, just chill, okay? Relax, drink some water, breathe in, breathe out. I promise, I'm not trying to make anyone look bad, okay? This is purely for education purposes. So let's dive in. Femicide in Kenya is a huge crisis. I get it. This is something that should concern everyone. But the real question we should be asking is, are protests really the solution to this problem? We've seen many passionate people take to the streets, marching and demanding change. But I want to ask you, has this approach really worked? Are things getting better? Let's check the facts. In 2024, Kenya experienced the deadliest year for women, with a staggering 127 femicides. This is a significant increase from the average of 68 femicides per year between 2016 and 2023. Most of these crimes were committed by intimate partners, husbands, boyfriends, or people who were close to the victims. The government has responded by declaring gender-based violence an urgent security threat and establishing special police units to handle such cases. But despite these efforts, we need to ask, are protests and reforms really addressing the root causes of femicide? From August to November 2024 alone, 97 women were murdered. If we look at the bigger picture, since 2016, more than 500 femicides have been reported in Kenya. While protests have raised awareness about the issue and called for stronger protective measures for women, activists continue to push for femicide to be recognized as a separate, distinct crime under the law. The government has taken some steps, like creating special police units to handle these cases, but many argue that these actions haven't yet brought about any real significant change in reducing femicide. The numbers just keep rising. Let's step back and look at this problem from a broader perspective. Kenya might be facing a crisis, but it's far from the only country dealing with femicide. In fact, Kenya doesn't even rank among the top 20 countries when it comes to femicide rates. So let's compare Kenya's situation with Honduras, which is one of the most affected. Here is a breakdown of femicide cases in Honduras from 2018 to 2024. You can see from this data that even though protests are happening, the numbers don't seem to decrease significantly. The pattern shows that femicide remains almost the same. Yeah, it's only 2024 that I can see there is some drop, okay, and there were 2 protests. In Brazil, for example, a law was passed in an attempt to combat femicide. However, despite this legal change, the number of femicides continue to rise. In fact, Brazil is just one of many countries where femicide numbers are increasing despite protests and legal reforms. South Africa has one of the highest femicide rates in the world. In response to the demonstrations that happened in March to August 2018, the largest coordinated protest by women against gender-based violence, the government launched the National Strategic Plan on Ending Gender-Based Violence in 2020. While there have been legal reforms and improvements in supporting survivors, femicide rates have not dropped. A report from 2024 reveals that 60% of women killed in 2020 and 2021 were murdered by an intimate partner. Even more concerning, convictions of these murders have declined, with fewer than 1 in 5 cases resulting in conviction. In Mexico, there was a massive protest in 2020, including a nationwide strike on March 9th, where hundreds of thousands of women participated. These protests were fueled by the increased number of femicides. Despite this, the numbers have not decreased. Femicide rates are still disturbingly high. Back to Kenya. There have been major protests since 2020, but the number of femicides have only continued to rise. The same trend is visible in other countries like Argentina, Peru, Turkey, and beyond. Despite the protests, femicide numbers either remain steady or increase. This raises an important question. Why isn't anything changing? While protests help raise awareness, they are not enough to address the deeper problem behind femicide. In places like Kenya, many women face a justice system that is weak and difficult to access. Reports of gender-based violence are often poorly handled with delayed police action, or in some cases, police involvement in the abuse. On top of that, the court system is under-resourced, slow, and often unfair, leaving many victims without the justice they deserve. Cultural beliefs, especially those that support male control over women, are a big problem. In many parts of Latin America and Africa, there is a belief that men should have power over women. These beliefs make it hard to change how people view violence against women. Often, women are blamed for the violence they experience, while the people who hurt them are excused. Until these attitudes are changed, protests will only address the issue on the surface. Helping women earn their own money is also very important. Experts say that when women have financial independence, they are more likely to leave abusive relationships. Many women stay in dangerous situations because they don't have the money to live. Giving women access to jobs, education, and mental health support helps them choose safety instead of just trying to survive. This can help reduce femicide by fixing one of its main causes. To reduce femicide, we need serious and long-term action. This reduces strong political support, better laws, and real investment in women's rights. Spain is a good example. In 2004, the country started a national plan to fight gender-based violence. They focused on prevention, stronger legal protection, and special police units trained to handle these cases. Because of this, Spain has made real progress. The number of femicide has gone down over time.